But yeah, I actually wanted to sort of, because Artie and I certainly saw our share of fucking hilarious, just messed up shit at that place.
Yeah,
I thought it would be cool. You know, what's the most, I don't know, I guess funny story you have from your travels that you'd like to share?
Oh God, I don't even know. That's like you're hitting me like in the head right now.
Sorry.
Well,
I'll tell you what. I like going to Amsterdam was pretty funny because I went with Cliff, who used to be with Hard Tracks, who was Seven Fish's partner back then. This was like 95, 94, somewhere around there. And we just like we were both DJing at Ministry. All three of us actually were DJing at Ministry of Sound one night on a Friday. And I started talking to Cliff and Seven, and then I'm like, yo, you guys, like we're right here. I'm gonna stay for an extra day. I'm probably gonna leave on Monday or something like that. I was asking them when they leave, and then Cliff was like, oh, I don't care, like. And I was like, all right, good. I said, you want to go take it, just jump on a plane and go to Amsterdam, because I'd never been there. I didn't know what it was like. You hear all the shit about it. So, I wanted to see if it was true. And Cliff's like, hell yeah, man, let's go. Neither one of us have ever been there. We have no idea what to do. This, we're like, no idea at all about Europe, nothing, So we just call up and we find out how do you get a cheap flight. And somebody actually had told us to call KLM, so we called KLM. Who KLM wound up being my favorite airline ever. And we went there, and we were walking around, and we didn't see anything. And then finally we started asking people, and, they understand English out there. So I was like, where is where do you get, weed, and where do you, go look at the hookers and all this other shit, and, the red light district, are you laughing? What are you laughing about, bro?
No, it's great because that's all I want to hear. That's all I want to hear. I'm waiting for the punchline.
Oh, you're waiting for the punchline? All right. Well, I saw Artie out there in front of a big fat lady.
Yes.
Begging her for $5 to give him a blowjob. There's the punchline, Artie. Anyway, so we go out there and we get fucking stoned. Like, I don't smoke weed, but I ate the hash cake.
All right.
I was like a fat kid out there. And I had the hash cake and I had a glass of milk. And Cliff and I were sitting, we started walking around and we were like looking at all the hookers and guys were coming out and they were like, these big Arab dudes with long, what do you call it, mustaches and beards and everything, and we're like, oh man, this guy's got crabs, why would you want to go in there, So we kind of start walking around, and I'm looking at Cliff, and he looks at me and goes, you stoned? I'm like, no. So we keep walking around, then we sit down, and I'm looking around, and these guys are walking up and down these stairs, and I'm like, I turn around, and I'm like, what the fuck is this place, I thought maybe it was like a business building or something, and it's like XXX, and I turn around, and I'm like, it's live girls, and these guys are dumping loads in the fucking booths, like that, and we're sitting on the fucking stairs after they're standing in it and walking up and down the fucking stairs.
Oh.
So I'm like, Cliff, do you know where we're at? And he goes, no, man. I go, are you fucked up? He's like, hell yeah. And I'm like, dude, we're sitting on a fucking bunch of loads. Let's get the fuck out of here. We were dying laughing. So we get out of there. Now we're fucked up. We are fucking whacked. And we're walking through Amsterdam, one of the squares, and we hear a beep, 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 and I'm like, oh shit, because it sounded like it came up from a mile away, and we heard it, and I'm looking at Cliff, I'm like, bro, did you hear that? He's like, yeah. I go, what the fuck was that? He's like, I don't know. I go, and anyway, it goes beep, 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 it slows down, as soon as I said that, and I'm like, bro, did it slow down? He's like, yeah. I go, what is that? He goes, I don't know, man. It's like a secret message when you're stoned. I'm like, whoa. And I'm saying, wow, maybe it's the government, they're trying to, suck you in to become part of their military, or, something like that. So we couldn't find the hotel. We were walking around for, 3 hours. We finally find the hotel, and we're sitting there watching TV, and they're, you know, going, you know, however they talk, you know, in Dutch, total Dutch. And I'm like, yo, man, I understand what they're saying. He goes, yeah, me too. You know, we're just sitting there looking at the fucking pictures, and we have no idea what they're saying, really, but we're so stoned we thought we were translating it. So, obviously, you know, you're stoned, you know what everything's going on.
Oh, yeah.
You know? So
when you're stoned, you, like, tune into shit. You become, like, get, like, sixth sense.
Yeah, then I go in the bathroom and I start picking at my face, and I'm like, you know, trying to get the smallest, you know, blackhead out of my fucking nose that I can find.
So, the worst thing you can
wake
do
up,
is
wake up in the morning. Yeah, oh, it's the worst, right? So then I wake up in the morning and I'm like looking in the mirror and I got like all these red marks all over my face, and I'm like, oh shit. And we start walking around outside again, and we hear the beep 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 again. And it was for blind people to walk across the street. So
Amsterdam.
Yeah, well that's like one of the adventures, you know what I mean? Like there's like 100 like that.
Well,
But,
you know, Jesse went to Thailand. Jess, right? You went to Thailand a couple of years ago.
Yep.
What was that thing you were telling me about the ping pong?
Oh shit! Really?
I went to the ping pong show in Bangkok.
Yeah.
My wife at the time and I we went up to it. We went. You know, they have those little tuk-tuks. Those little, you know, basically they're taxis driven by.
Yeah.
So we get on one of them. We're like, take us, you know, to the. We heard this, you know, some people staying at our hotel. You got to go see the ping pong show. It's hilarious. We had no idea what it is. You know, it's two ignorant, naive, you know, American kids wandering through Bangkok, Thailand. And this tuk-tuk driver takes us, I mean, you know, we see the red light district and you know, on the right, and driver takes us to the back of this building. And, I mean, the thought goes through my head. I said, you know, they're going to sell our organs on the black market. You know, because it was this real shady-looking building, and the guy leads us in, and I'm, you know, just my palms are all sweaty. And sure enough, you know, we pay the guy at the front door, and we walk in, and it's basically like a strip club. Mm-hmm. But the only difference about this strip club is it's literally packed with tourists who had gone on a similar journey like us to get there. And so we sit down, and we're having a couple of drinks. You know, the girls are dancing around, and turns out that each stripper has a particular talent that she can do with her pussy. One girl, I don't know, somehow managed to smoke an entire cigarette through her vagina. Another girl got on a headstand and had someone pour an entire bottle of Coke down her pussy and then stood up and it didn't fall out.
Shit.
The third girl put razor blades up there and then pulled them out on a string.
No way.
Yeah, and the fourth girl, two girls came on and they juggled ping pong balls between their pussies.
That's so funny. What are you doing, Artie? Are you jerking off right now? What are you doing?
I'm getting off right now. Dude, I haven't got any action in over a month. Okay, so you know, bear with me. I'm gonna take whatever I can.
Looks like you're going to take a flight to Thailand now.
Yeah, dude. Actually, you know what's funny? Although I might not have you know, adventure stories like you guys, but I did the wildest thing I've ever seen in a nightclub, and it was at the Limelight.
Yeah.
And it was at Disco 2000, and fucking crazy shit. They're like giving themselves, like the drag queens are on stage putting on some kind of show or whatever, and they're giving themselves enemas. And
I was there for that. I saw that. That was disgusting.
Yeah, they had.
I remember that.
God.
Yeah.
Then they'd walk over to the edge of the stage, and they'd bend over and they'd squirt out the fucking enema onto the people.
Yeah, that was
fucking running that place. What was his name?
Who?
Yeah, the guy who owned Tunnel too.
Peter Gation.
Yeah, was that when he was there?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude, that some really horrific shit went on at that place. That's like one of the.
Yeah, but that was it was. Let me tell you something now. If it wasn't for those guys, this New York wouldn't be New York.
Yeah.
Like, that whole scene back then wouldn't have been, like, it wouldn't have happened because it took, like, Julie